Okay. What do you think Howard would say at this ending? Is that a fair question?
Sure. You know something? I'm trying to remember if I ever even discussed the original ending with Howard, because I saw it in San Jose at that screening, and Howard wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the cards came in at about 12, right? Or something like that.
And I knew immediately before the cards even came. I knew it was going.
You knew he felt it.
It was dead.
Dead. And then Howard just went to work. How would he felt? I think he'd be, you know, I will tell you something. I could never, in all the years I worked with Howard, whether it was a creative meeting or, especially creatively, I'd go in with like what was the best idea, whatever it was, and Howard would have a better one or another one. So I like to think that Howard would be really pleased, and I do feel you know, an ongoing kinship with Howard. I've felt all these years because of all the stuff that's happened. Like, you know, I'm sort of living out the unfulfilled life. I know that I was so blown away when I saw this ending. I love the parable and what it is.
I think that's, to me, that whether or not it's going to be successful or not with the audience, because as I say, I think half the audience at least will still like the happy ending because it's dark. But I think it does give the sense of closure that Howard meant, which is the Faustian legend, as I said to you. You know, I mean, it's right now, as I said before, what I was saying was that, you know, the happy ending it is weird because Howard wrote a man sells a soul and gets punished at the end. But what we had to have is a man sells his soul and he gets the girl.
Right. Yes. Right.
So I think he'd be happy.
Which worked. It worked.
It did work for the job. But I think Howard would be happy just to see that sense of.
I think so.
That cycle. You know.
Yeah.
Would you call it more? Maybe it sounds crazy suggested, but this ending, you're both Northeasterners, I guess, in a sense.
Oh, I've always been
a more literary New York Northeastern thing than Hollywood.
I lived in New York all my life.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not that. It's cinema versus theater.
Okay.
You know, when it's a 9-foot Muppet in a little tiny theater, it's one thing. When it's on the big screen, it's just another thing, and it's anybody's guess as to why, but it has to do with people's associations more than anything else, and how they connect to film. And
well, I think it's in part great. In part that on the stage, the actors died and they came out for a bow. In the movies, they died.
But that's why I think it's going to work in this format. Like you were saying before, Frank, it comes in both versions.
Yeah.
So people can see the version that, okay, it makes them happy. Then they'll go back and they'll watch the real one, and it does offer better closure. It is a better ending, but they do get to go back for that